Bonjour, everybody. Hi, this is Nesha Lilkatz. Welcome to Chakra Sessions with Polly Jo Labbe. I have Polly Jo by phone. We're having some technical issues this morning. You know how that goes with computers. You think you got it, and then all of a sudden you don't. So we have Polly Jo here, and I'm going to bring her on so that we can do a sound check, okay? So here we go. Polly Jo, you there?
I am here.
Yay! All right. Sometimes we just have to try every trick in the book, right?
Yep. And then some.
And then some. Well, Polly Jo, as you get the show started, I am going to bring up one of your bio pictures so that everybody can see you and not me. And so why don't you go ahead and get started? And folks, I will bring up a picture of Polly Jo, okay?
Thank you, guys. don't really have it. They create all of this debt. We're even encouraged as a society to incur a lot of debt to keep the economy flowing. And power is sometimes a little harder to see, but we all know people who have used power in a negative way, manipulate people to do what they want. And we also know that when people hold positions of power, other people will do anything to get that power directed at them. And so all of those are times when our water energy is flowing in the shadow. But we can use all of those things in their light energy. If you are a leader and use it to make change on the planet and are helping the elderly or helping with education or using it to create new programs that assist, our environment, all of those times are when you are using your power in your light. You are leading from your heart. So the difference is when you are in shadow energy of sex, money, and power, you are in primarily your second chakra. It's why a lot of male politicians tend to have difficulty in the bedroom because they've got so much power and money flowing through there that they either have to make the sex equal it or they can't get the sex to work equally. So that's why it can be a huge problem for them. Not that it isn't for everyone, but it can really wreak havoc. So as we look at that energy in ourselves, we're looking at how do we flow our second chakra? How do we flow money, sex, and power in our own lives? And, using the word sex can make some people freak out because you perceive it in a shadow way just to begin with. But you have to understand that the intimacy and the connection that we are meant to have with another human being is all about co-creation. And that is when we step into our divinity, when we step into who we are and who we are meant to be. And our sexuality is actually very strongly attached to our spirituality, because the more confident we are within ourselves, within our body, and use that to coordinate or come together with another being, when we do so from that space, it elevates our vibration for both of the partners and then creates a more divine inspiration, and it actually moves your energy up into your heart and up into your higher chakras. So we can use that energy to propel ourselves forward, allow our energy system to evolve. It's when we are stuck in the shadow and we're stuck in the muck that we really pull and condense our energy field down. So I think of there being a triangle energetically in your body. It goes from your second chakra, which is just a couple inches below your belly button. It is orange in color. I think of it as being really juicy, like if you were squeezing a fresh orange and it just oozed out. That is what the second chakra can and should look like when it's at its strength. And it connects energetically through your two hip sockets. So if you can imagine drawing a triangle from right below your belly button to your two hip sockets, there's a triangle And that is our triangle that we manifest through, and we create through. And it is often referred to as the manifestation circuit by my guides that I work with, the Great Council. And that is where we create abundance of all types, whether it's health or in our relationships, any of that, when it is in, our brightest divine flow, it can flow quickly and easily. And you can imagine how quickly and easily it can get mucked up by circumstances and by how we feel about ourselves, our self-worth, our self-esteem, all can muddy the waters that reside in that second chakra. So to help you access a clean circuit there so that you can create all matter of things within your spiritual body and in your physical life, your emotional life, your spiritual life, the thing that we need to do energetically is get that circuit cleaned out. You can imagine, I'm sure there's a number of people who would be nodding their head along with me, that there have been other people in your life who have impacted this circuit. Your parents had certain views upon sexuality. They had views on money, how you spend it, how you use it. And they had views on how to use your power, your personal power. A lot of people were told, they couldn't do things because it wasn't nice or it was selfish. And, if you were told to always budget and, live within your means, you shut down some of the possibility of money flow in your body. And all numbers of religious backgrounds can and teachings may have impacted your sexuality. Even within our society here, we're impacted by how sexuality is shown on the TV, on the internet, in movies, and we are often getting mixed signals. Good girls don't, but yet the popular girls do. And it can start so early that we get mucked up about our body and being okay with who we are residing in our body. One of the things that has been spoken to me from the Great Council a number of times is that, the more comfortable you are in your personal temple, they always call my body my temple, the more you are comfortable in your temple, the more able you are to share that temple with other people. And I love the idea of our body and our sexuality being a temple, because then it encourages us to do so from a sacred space. To do so not from a power struggle place, not from a weapon place. There have been so many centuries where, and it's continued to do so, where sex is used as a weapon. And I know many people are assuming that it's all men who do that, but ladies, we've used it as well, especially for us to gain power when we felt powerless. We may have manipulated through sex, withholding sex, or, sleeping our way to the top, literally. All of those things have occurred, and I'm not sitting in judgment on that. I'm just expressing that, We've all done it in some lifetime. Maybe not this one, but I'm sure you can imagine that you may have done it in another lifetime. Because really, when you had no other power than that, you used what you got. So we want to look at clearing out the energy of that circuit, because the clearer our energy is in that circuit, then the more we go into relationships with other people clearly. And when we do that, every interaction that we have around the power three can be done in clean, clear energy, and it actually will clean and clear the energy of anyone that you're in relationship with. So it's kind of a win-win, you know. It's your way of, when you do the work, you radiate the work out to all other people. And those relationships do not have to be sexual. We all exchange money for services. So if we do that in a clean and clear way, that can be beneficial as well. So all of this is about cleaning the way for putting clear flow back into your self-esteem, back into your self-worth, and taking your inner victim and giving them a break, allowing them to feel like they have power and control over their life, over their body, over their temple. And also it encourages our saboteurs to cut it out. Because our saboteur is really, really good at messing up in one of those three areas. I know mine has mucked up money a few times. I know that I have, manipulated for power. I was thinking about that yesterday, because I'm like, how have I done it in power? And I had this flash of, and this will sound so funny, but I was a co-chair at my son's nursery school, and I wanted the schedule where I went Tuesday, Thursday, and not Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And so I used everything in my power to manipulate that, so that I could just do 2 days a week instead of 3 days a week. And that is what occurred. So I definitely did that energy at one point. And I'm sure I've done it other times, but we all do those little ones that we don't realize could be bigger ones if we had exposure to a bigger venue. So as always, I love to do a healing meditation and a clearing. And as we do that, we just really tap into who we are and how our body is meant to flow, how our energy system is meant to flow. And in doing that, we give permission to everyone else that we are in contact with to do the same thing. So I encourage you guys to kind of get yourself grounded, is the term that most people use, or centered. And really what that means is, let's be in this moment right now. Let's put our shopping list aside, our to-do list for the day, and just really focus on ourselves right now. Notice how you feel in your body. Are your legs and your arms uncrossed so that your circuits have a chance to be wide open? Good. And I'm going to give the disclaimer that I make noise when I clear energy, so you may be even more aware of that when we're doing this without seeing me personally. So as we kind of bring ourselves into our bodies You may feel your breathing or your heartbeat or the weight of your bones. You may feel yourself connected to Mother Earth or Father Sky. You may notice what is going on around you. So here I am hearing the dripping of rain outside. Yeah. And really just center yourself in your environment right now. And we are going to create a sacred circle around you to protect you. And we're going to call in the divine however you perceive that. Yeah. And we're going to ask that they surround and protect us in a bubble of love and light that radiates in front of us, behind us, above us, below us, and on either side of us. And you may ask your angels or your guides or your ancestors to reinforce that bubble or to stand watch to allow you to feel safe, secure, and surrounded by infinite love and infinite light. Yeah. And I ask that all the healing work that is done to be for the good of all and harm to none, which includes ourselves, yourself, myself, and any future selves who listen to this at a future point in time. Yeah. And as we feel the energy surrounding and protecting us, we may feel the divine energy above us, ready to enter and begin to clear the pathway to release the mud from the water. And I visualize that coming in through the top of your head, clearing away all the mucky thoughts and spinning beliefs and ideas that just create all sorts of havoc within our body. The shoulds, the woulds, the coulds. All of those things that keep us out of the present moment, whether they pull us back into the past or ahead into the possible future. Just releasing that mud in this moment and allowing the divine light and water to gently clear all the cracks and crevices that may be blocking us from being in this moment right now. Clearing behind our eye and in our third eye. Clearing our ears, both the right and the left, so that we may hear not only our guides and our angels, but our ancestors clearly and succinctly. Releasing any tension in our jaw that may be clamping down our energy and restricting the water from flowing, from a false sense of control. Yeah. And allowing the energy to move through the back of our skull and down our neck as well. Releasing those creative ideas that we have yet to express. We've held on to out of fear of what other people might think. Any lies we may have spoken to another or received from another. Yeah. And opening up the water flow for the truth to flow fully and beautifully through us to be expressed and shared with all around us. Yeah. Releasing the burdens and the stresses that we carry on our shoulders and in our neck. For in this moment of now, we are simply being and receiving. Yeah. The density and the mud created around all that we carry can simply slide off with the divine water in this moment. Yeah. Does not mean that we've become irresponsible, just simply that we are being responsible for ourselves in this moment. Yeah. And then allowing the water to flow through the lungs, creating a cleaner and clearer breath, giving space to ourselves to receive the fullness of the divine light and flow. Yeah. And for those of you who may have diseases that impact your cells, at this moment you can ask your cells to be washed clean and filled with the healing energy of the divine. And as it moves through your blood, that flows through that beautiful heart, it can impact your tissues and your organs and your skin, your veins and your arteries. Using the divine water to scrub them clean. And all the chambers of your heart, releasing any plaque or buildup. Just imagine like a power wash happening through your heart, your arteries and your veins. Allowing any buildup to break apart and just gently begin to flow back through your body. And then moving the divine water down into your belly and allow it to move through all of your organs, your stomach, your kidneys, your pancreas, your liver, your spleen, your gallbladder, your entire digestive tract, even all your adrenal glands, pituitary glands, all of them. Allowing that water to just sort of scrub them clean. Any energy we've held on to that no longer serves us gets to dissolve in this full healing, full cleaning. And cleaning out the womb for you ladies. And all the reproductive organs. So that when you exchange energy with another, it is done in love and light and for the good of all and harm to none. And down through your tailbone and your legs, really moving all the way down to Mother Earth, in all the nooks and crannies and all the joints, through all the cartilage as well and the tendons. We're having flexibility in our body, allows more water to flow. It doesn't get stuck in the spot where we are tight and holding on. Yeah. And asking Mother Earth to gently receive that which we are releasing. And allowing that water to fill and nurture her and clear her layers as well. And now we are going to return to that circuit, that triangle from your hips to right below your belly button in that second chakra. That beautiful triangle of creation that lies within us. It is like a portal of creation, and when we access the divine energy at the highest vibration available to us in each and every moment, then the circuit can light up in this beautiful orange color, in this beautiful vibrant ray. And as that occurs, we can truly be within ourselves and in our body. Yeah. And as you feel that energy filling and clearing, release any guilt or shame or blame that may be caught in the circuit. For those are the ways that we hold energy most often. Yeah. And if you can visualize the energy flowing from your belly button to your left hip, to your right hip and back, kind of flowing almost like a circle, except through the edges of the triangle. We are using your own personal sacred geometry. The triad of manifestation. The triad of creation that resides within you and within me and within us all. Yeah. And as you feel this, notice how the rest of your body begins to feel. You actually may have pressure right above where your fire burns, in your third chakra, in your solar plexus. And if you do, that's okay. Breathe the water into that space. Because often our self-esteem or our ego gets nervous when our water flow exceeds the fire of our self-worth. And in reality, we get to amplify our self-worth in this moment. You're giving yourself an energetic raise to your value simply by listening and participating and being present for yourself in this moment. Yeah. And then feeling that water move into your heart as well. If you don't already feel it there. Because it activates so much love and joy when we value ourselves and allow our water to flow freely. Yeah. And when it moves back into your throat, it opens up the flow of speech and communication. Not just communication through your mouth, but through the words you write and through the ways you express you. Yeah. And then moving up into your third eye, making sure that your perception is still flowing clearly and cleanly with the divine, that your self-worth and your ego and your heart and your authentic truth are all flowing together, connected. And then taking one moment to feel how this whole circuit is connected beneath you with Mother Earth. Yeah. And above you with the divine creator. Oh. And now we're going to take a couple of deep breaths. And with each breath, we release any excess energy we do not need or that didn't get quite released while we were meditating. Coming back into our physical body, our emotional body, even our mental body. And knowing it in this moment that we are back in our body, we have accessed our inner water and our ability to communicate and exchange energy in a new and fuller way. And for some of you, it may be, barely noticeable. And for others of you, you may have some amazing things happen simply because you were willing to be present. Because this energy shifts the entire second chakra. It creates a new vibration there. And in that, it allows you to exchange your sexuality differently, to express it differently. It allows your money and abundance to flow in a new and divine manner. It allows you to access your personal power. And in accessing your personal power, you get to choose how you use that to lead others and to lead yourself along your sacred pathway. How cool is that? So thank you for showing up for yourself, because so many people are spinning in what is going on in their lives. It happens to all of us. And that's because we're human. You know, we're divine beings who chose to have a human experience. And part of that is all the chaos that we are able to create magnificently with each other. And so this just gives you an opportunity to expand your energy, expand your awareness, and really flow things in a different way. So thank you again, like I said, thank you for showing up for you, because the more people who start showing up for themselves, the more we can create, fair and loving exchanges with each other on a planetary level. And that is what's needed really strongly to heal Grandmother Earth, to heal our whole species. I mean, let's face it, our water flow within our bodies has gotten a little out of whack. And when that is out of whack, we hang on to our energy too long. We hold on to grudges, and we hold on to mistakes, and we hold on to trauma, and we wear it like it's a sacred badge of honor. When really we've all been through, our own personal battles, and there's no one on the planet who's walking around completely unwounded, except maybe, somebody who just came out of the womb. And even then, they got thrown out of this loving, safe environment into this loud, noisy place with lights and people poking and prodding at them when they've never been touched. I mean, we still got a little wounded from that, passage of birth, or a lot of people did. So I'm going to encourage you to drink a lot of water today and the future days. Most of my meditation healings that I do through the Chakra Sessions last like 3 to 7 days. And the more fully you went into the meditation, the more fully you may have energy clearing. And some of you, the transition may be easy because you do this often. But if you're someone who doesn't do a lot of this type of healing work, it can move for a few days. So be gentle with your water, because you want to keep the water flowing within you. And I know that, many of you are like Denise and I, addicted to our coffee. Well, the coffee is not water. So when I say water, I mean water. Because how it came out of the earth is how we are to receive it, through our body. And it actually helps you to get into some water, take a bath or take a shower. Those of you who are in, lovely areas of the country who might be able to go swimming. Because that is, your way to reconnect with your water element. I have a feeling I'll be going outside today in the rain just to be in the rain. And I might not do that on a normal basis, but whenever I feel like I need the Earth Mother's water to cleanse and purify me, even the rain or the snow can allow that to occur. So I encourage you guys to all do that. And anybody who had pain at any point, like it didn't have to be in your hips or anything like that. Just know that anywhere there was pain, there was some energy stuck, and it lets you know that that energy works with your water a lot. So if you had neck pain, then know that the way you express your truth is connected to how your water flows, how you deal with relationships. So for me, there's been a lot of difficulty in my communication within my primary relationship. My husband and I have been having some difficulty, and some of that occurred because of lack of communication. And in the lack of communication, other things didn't flow very well. Sometimes they flowed too much, and sometimes they flowed too little. And that includes our finances and everything else, because the communication wasn't flowing properly. Some of you may have had pressure in your headache, like in a headache kind of way, and that may be because, you have to change your perception of money, power, or sex to be able to flow in an abundant way. Because if we have belief patterns that make us believe we aren't worthy of having money or having a solid, loving relationship, well, then we create that through the water circuit, the manifestation circuit. So I encourage you to sort of poke at where you might have had pain. You're always welcome to message me through my Facebook page, the Chakra Sessions with Polly Jo Labbe. Because if you message me through there, then I know about the show and what we were talking about. Or you can also message through Trinity Healing Sanctuary or Trinity School of Mystical Energy Healing, because all of those are places where I will answer questions about the connection between a meditation and what you might have experienced through it, because that's part of my calling, that's part of my service to everyone, to really be present and help you through your energetic journey and your transition in your energy body. And so I want to give you guys kind of a energy heads up. There have been a lot of expansion energies going on the planet, and as empaths, many of you absorbed that, took it on. So be really gentle with yourself, because many of us, lost sleep or just really had a lot of chaos or stress that occurred. And it happened across a wide spectrum, because I'm very connected in the healing community on a global level, and I've been having questions come in all over the planet that sound the same. So we're kind of surfing the tsunami of change right now. There's a beautiful song that I heard on Saturday that was, you can surf in the eye of the hurricane, and just as long as you stay in the eye, right? In the eye is calm while everything around you is destructive and swirling. And, you know, if you can find a way to sort of surf with all the turbulence, you know, you have the ability to help others through their turbulence as they're going through it. And, you know, there's a lot of water and fire energy in particular, some earth as well. But those are really on tap for a number of healers. So take care of your personal self. My self-care has gone through the roof. I used to do, you know, a few hours, you know, maybe a couple hours a week of self-care. I'm probably doing about 3 times as much self-care just to maintain my energy, not even to kind of fill it up yet. So really think about that and use that, because we are all in this journey together, on this planet together, to do the work the way we are meant to. And I'm here to help with that. And I just want to give a shout out to the amazing work that's happening at Star Nations. I'm a little sad not to be going for there for the shamanic classes that are happening right now, because that is like so in my wheelhouse. And when I did my DNA test recently, you know, I found out it was 42% Irish. So, yep, that Celtic shamanism stuff is going to end up being in my toolbox at some future date. I can guarantee it. So I'm holding space for everybody there who's doing the sacred learning, because the more we learn and the more we share, the more we help each other and ourselves. And I just love all that kind of stuff. Anybody who is in my neck of the woods, I'm out in Massachusetts, in the western part of the state. Every Wednesday night, we do a healing meditation, live, just like this, from 6:30 to 8. And, you know, sometimes we use the crystal bowl to assist in the meditation, but it is always a time where the meditation is channeled for whoever shows up. And if you are in need of distance healing, please just send a message through the Chakra Sessions that you would like to be added to our distance healing list, because we do that each night on Wednesday as well. So we are getting close to the end here. It's almost 12 o'clock, according to my my phone. So I want to respect your time and your day. So thank you for joining me, even through all the technical malfunctions. And know that I am here sending out my light, and I encourage you to do the same. So have a great day, everybody. Love you.